Hey YouTube, Untamed here. So today I'm actually going to be installing a couple of interior upgrades, and a couple of them are going to look pretty familiar as I've done them before. They are the AJT Design center console trim pieces. So this time I went with black on black, just to kind of make it pretty simple and straightforward. So I'm going to hop in, I'm going to show you how to remove the center console bit. So this is always kind of a daunting thing to approach for the first time if you've never done it before. As you see, I've already kind of popped it loose here. I'm just going to show you how to do it. Super simple, and we'll go from there. All right, so all you need to do, so pretend it was still on. I just didn't want to totally fight and wrestle with it while on camera here with you. It only took me literally 5 seconds to do exactly what I've done right here. So you pop open the actual center box lid here, and what I did was kind of marred it up a little bit, but I use this too, if you believe it. So I kind of put try and do it with one hand for you guys. So put the screwdriver in here, the flathead, put it through the actual side crack right here, and just pulled it upward enough to where I can actually get my fingers in here, and then just pulled upward. It is a pretty good snug fit, so you got to pull pretty hard, and then it'll pop loose all together. And as you see, it did that all the way across. The only other thing you need to do is twist off this guy here. Okay, let's see if we can get this guy off with one hand. Okay, we're looking good. Don't want to make a total scene. There we are. All right. So there you have it, and that's what it looks like underneath, if anybody wondering. Pretty gunky and dirty right here. But yeah, so I wanted to share that part with you, and I'm gonna, next scene will be just kind of me inside tinkering with this and showing you how to actually remove this bit right here, as well as this faux chrome surround right there for the cup holder. So these are the two things that we're swapping out. Also, this guy right here, this one's super easy. It's just a cover pretty much, where you just kind of pop it on and click it into place on top of it, a black one. So all right, stay tuned. All right guys, so we are inside, and I want to show you, this is the quote-unquote finished product after I already put in everything. Admittedly, I did do a full up, I have my little mini tripod here. I was kind of walking through everything. It just turned into being a little bit too long of a video, about 35 minutes of me actually kind of full up doing everything in front of you. And I figured that was a little bit overkill for what this is. So really, now that it's all together, I wanted just to be able to, before I even actually slap it in the truck, I want to be able to just show you kind of what the pain points were throughout it, if you will. And I'll say pain points loosely because it really is simple, and I'm not wicked savvy at this stuff by any means. So if I can do it, absolutely any one of you can do it, I promise. So, but oftentimes when you kind of hear that, oh, wait a minute, I have to tear out my whole entire center console in order to install these two things, hard pass. So, I mean, a lot of people think like that. And admittedly, I kind of did too, until I did it on my Army Green Tundra. And actually, it's pretty easy. So, again, remember, this is what it looked like before. This was there. Looks like garbage by comparison to the black, and then we got the gross chrome shiny plastic thing there. So this looks a ton better. I'll show you up close. And like I said, I went with the black on black. Previously I did have the red bolts, and I thought those looked good on the Army Green that I had. Not to mention it did accent all the red stitching and all the little red bits, the TRD Pro logo, everything within the interior of it. I think it matched it pretty well, but I just want to do something a little bit different. Rather keep it pretty simple this time around. So let me show you. I'm going to try my best to explain where these pain points were, if you will. All right. So as you see on the back end here, each of those black bolts up top have a receiving lock washer underneath there, as well as, of course, the receiving nut. Each of these, I don't know, I mean, depending on how savvy you are with this stuff, it can be a little bit of a headache right at first, because each of these are, for this side in particular, they are have rubber welds, or excuse me, plastic welds. So each of these have a little bit of a little dome, a little plastic dome. I ended up drilling with that one. I didn't need to, obviously, but I still did. No biggie. But so imagine like a little bubble, a plastic bubble. So there are little plastic welds holding this in place before. So you got to drill through each of them. As you see here, I have a little drill bit kit there. So I think they recommend doing a 1/4 inch drill bit, and I think that's this guy right here. So they recommend using that to drill through them. I found that pretty difficult just because the little bubble that's on top of each of those plastic welds. So I kind of found it difficult just trying to drill straight down into it with a big drill bit. So what I did was I started with the smaller ones here and kind of worked my way up to using the bigger one. Took a little bit more time. That's kind of why it turned into a longer video than I think it needed to be previously. So, but yeah, like I said, I built my way up to it and it worked out perfectly and it was super easy. Not to mention I had a little bit better peace of mind as I was going through it. So that's what each of those look like. Again, like I said, a lock washer comes with each of them, as well as a receiving nut. So super easy, really. Just could take 20-30 minutes if you're not super savvy and confident with yourself with this. But like I said, I definitely encourage anybody to try it. I think it does make your interior look a whole lot better, which you'll see here in a second. But I just want to at least kind of highlight that bit to you while we're inside. All right, guys, we are back in the truck. So this whole entire thing went in way easier than it even came out, right? As you guys saw, it was pretty simple. You just gotta use the flathead screwdriver underneath here to pop it up, and then use your fingers just to pry it open. So that was super simple. But this, all you, no kidding, have to do is make sure you have the actual shift knob still off. Obviously navigate that through here as you're putting it back on, and no kidding, it just kind of falls into place. And all you gotta do is set it and then bop it, give it a little bit of pressure per corner, work your way up to the side, and again, took 15 seconds. So super easy there. But as you can see, we're still at a unfinished product. So I figured I'd show you this final little bit. Wicked easy. Watching how they say it out loud. I'm gonna ride the struggle bus as I'm doing it. All right, so it should just be a snap in. All right. There we go. That looks a lot better. Cool. Dang, he makes it's like a perfect fit. So that's why I heard a lot of those little crackle pops, because it was snapping into place on like every single corner perfectly. So what do you guys think? Obviously very similar to what we had before, just with the black bolts. I think it looks great. You know what, let's finalize this picture here, shall we? Actually, I think there's actually a right way to do this. Let's see if I can do it. Okay. All right. That came out all right. Cool. All right, guys. Well, that is it. I just wanted to walk you through that. And again, if you guys have any questions about it, please feel free to, leave a comment as always. And I'm happy to do my best to try to help you out with it. Definitely recommend it. Definitely recommend AJT Design. I have no affiliation with them. They are, just a company that has always served me pretty well in the past. As you guys know, I always get the key fobs and whatnot. Speaking of which, more to follow on that, but let me pull it out here. They do have, which I think is pretty sweet, they have a Lunar Rock version of the key fob here. So I just put that together and I love it. So you guys know I hate the fact that they come with these super chintzy key fobs, right? And I think this just kind of brings it all together. Not to mention it's the thing you always have in your pocket, so I think it should look a little cooler and kind of match the truck a little bit, look the part. So more to come on these. I'm going to put together a few for you, and if you guys are interested in checking them out, again, AJT Design has them, and I'll link their website in the description as always. All right, we'll leave it there. Appreciate you guys watching. Until next time.